Most architects use AI for one thing: 3D model. Press a button, get a render. But what about your floor plan? Your hand-drawn sketch? Your section, elevation, or empty garden? None of those are 3D models. So, what happens when you put them to AI?
Magic.
Today I'm finding out. Every drawing type, one tool. Let's go. Let's start at the very beginning of every project, the floor plan. I'm uploading a simple 2D plan, nothing decorated, just lines. The goal here is to keep it as a flat plan drawing, not convert it to the 3D, but add materials, shadows and colors, so it actually communicates the design. So to start, we are going to the chat feature in Rendair AI. We are uploading our image and I'm choosing Nano 2 as our AI model. I'm now uploading our prompt, and as always, all the prompts will be available in the pinned comment down below. So let's see whether Rendair AI can handle the plan. Wow, the materials come through clearly. You can immediately read which room is which without any labels. Yep, the materials are good, you don't have any tiles in the bedrooms or carpet in the bathroom. The shadows underneath the furniture add a real sense of depth that you don't get from a standard CAD plan. And this is something that could go straight into the client's presentation. Let's look at the before and after. Now I'm taking that colored plan and going one step further. So let's go back to the chat feature. I'm feeding the output directly back to the Rendair AI so we can get a 3D axonometry view. And this is something you can see in the high-end architectural presentations. That's nice, the spatial layout is instantly readable. This is the kind of image that a client understands in 3 seconds. What I really like here is the 2-step chain. The output from the plan becomes the input for the axonometry. So you are building your own outputs. That's a proper workflow. Although the axonometry is not perfect, it could be rotated maybe 45 degrees so we can see that from the corner, but it's not bad. So here is the comparison. Now, let's move to the elevations. I'm going to generate 2, one for each of the facades, so we can get a proper comparison how this tool handles 2 different compositions. Now let's go to the elevation to render section, and from all the AI models, as you can see, Rendair AI has been upgraded. So here we have the new Rendair AI model. Although the main difference you can see here is that the previous model gives you the control over the creativity and the image strength. But we are going with our upgraded model here. So let's upload our image and let's upload the prompt. I would like to generate 4 images and let's see the results. The material quality on the facade is really convincing, especially the timber which catches the light naturally. Yep, and the building sits really well with the environment here. Although the obvious problem here is the tree inside the building. In reality, it sits in the atrium inside the building there. And obviously the interior is just randomly generated so we can't see the atrium being there. That's the main problem. So for the client presentation here, what I would have to do is to cover the windows to make the interior non-visible from the outside. Let's quickly upload our second elevation. We are going with the same prompt, same settings, same model. Let's generate 4 images and let's see the results. The second elevation shows how this tool handles a different facade composition. And to be honest, it holds together well. The overcast lighting is actually a great choice for elevations because it gives you an even coverage without distracting shadows. Here are both before and after comparisons side by side. If you are finding this useful and you would like to try Rendair AI yourself, I've got a discount code for you. Use Adrian10 at the checkout to get 10% off. Sections are one of the most underused drawing types when it comes to the presentations. Clients rarely understand the technical section, but a colored one with materials and shadows, that's a completely different story. Oh, and by the way, I'm keeping that as a flat graphic, not converting to the perspective, just adding materials, colors and the shadows. So as before, I'm going to the chat feature, I'm uploading our section, uploading our prompt, let's choose Nano 2 and let's generate. Perfect. The material layers are clear and readable. You can follow the section from space to space without any confusion. The tree and the dark ground plane give it a real sense of the building sitting in the landscape. This is the kind of drawing you could sit on the planning application and can actually communicate something. And now, same technique as with the floor plan. I'm feeding that back into Rendair AI to get the new output. But this time I want a more photorealistic result. So let's quickly do that and let's see the results. Fantastic, this is a significant jump from where it started. The interior lighting, recessed spots and the pendant over the dining area adds a layer of detail you would normally only get from a proper rendering software. So here is the full chain, from the raw section drawing to the colored version to the full render. Now let's go big. I'm uploading the 3D model of the high-rise residential tower. So the key test here will be the context. A high-rise building without the city around it just doesn't make sense. So the prompt needs to work really hard to build that city backdrop. So for that one we are going to the 3D base to render. I'm uploading our image and uploading the prompt. I'm happy to go with the standard Rendair AI engine. I would like to set the image strength to 70% and the creativity to 40%. Let's generate 4 images and let's see the results. Wow, the city context feels in convincingly. You get a real sense of the tower sitting within the urban fabric rather than floating in the empty space. Yeah, and the street level activity is nice. The pedestrians, the parked cars, those are the details that make the difference between a render and the image that actually tells a story. So here is the before and after. If you are enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow. Moving inside now, I am uploading a raw bedroom 3D model. The goal here is warm and calm residential atmosphere, something that feels lived in. We are back in the 3D base to render, and just a reminder, you can copy my prompt from the pinned comment down below. Amazing, the morning light through the linen curtains immediately sets the mood. Warm, soft and calm. Materials like the oak flooring come through with a real texture. So here is the comparison. This is one of the most practical things you can do with Rendair AI, and probably the most impressive one to show to a client. I'm taking the bedroom render and generating 4 completely different edits. Same room, same geometry, everything else changes. So let's go to the chat feature and let's upload our image. I'm keeping the whole room identical and just replacing the bed. Nice, the velvet headboard completely shifts the feel of the room. This is the kind of quick option you can show to a client in the meeting to test different design directions. One edit, one new element. Watch how much the floor changes the overall palette. The terracotta pattern brings that warmth that the plain oak floor doesn't have on its own. Suddenly the whole room reads differently, even though nothing else changes. Now let's really push it to the gold, bougie, luxury style. Oh, the shift is absolutely dramatic. From the calm Scandi residential to the full 5-star hotel in the Abu Dhabi. Yeah, I feel like this is the kind of thing a developer would put into the sales brochure. Now finally, let's go in the opposite direction. Great, after the gold luxury version, this lands really differently. The contrast is actually a great storytelling device. Put them side by side in a presentation and the clients immediately know which direction they want to go. Now see all the options here. This is probably the most visually dramatic section of this video, because the difference between the input and output is the biggest. So let's go to the sketch to render section. I'm uploading our image, uploading the prompt, I'm choosing the upgraded Rendair AI model, and let's see the results. Wow, absolutely impressive. The geometry from the sketch is respected really well. The tool reads the proportions, the flat roof, the entrance position and the window sizes. The overcast British light is a deliberate choice. It gives an even, diffused quality that works really well for shadowing the clean facade without heavy shadows masking the details. And honestly, this is the kind of thing you could do in a site meeting. Someone shows you a rough sketch, you photograph it, and 5 minutes later you have a full photorealistic image to talk about. So here is the sketch and here is the final result. The last image section, and this is the one a lot of architects overlook. Landscape, garden design, and site context. I'm uploading a photo of a completely empty garden, just a plain grass, and asking Rendair AI to transform it into a fully designed space. The level of planting detail is impressive. You can actually identify different species, which is not something you expect from a single prompt. The limestone terrace flows naturally from the house, the birch tree creates a focal point, and the pergola gives the far end of the garden a destination. That looks completely professional for the client presentation or the planning application. Now I'm taking 4 of the outputs we just created and turning them into the animations. And all 4 of them will use orbiting motion. I want to see how well Rendair AI holds the geometry and the materials while the camera moves around the object. So let's go to the image to video. I'm uploading our first image. From all the presets for all of these images, I will be choosing dynamic motion and orbiting scenery. So let's see the results. The camera orbits slowly across the facade. This is actually a great test because an elevation is a flat drawing by nature, and keeping it convincing in the 3-dimensional motion is harder than it looks. The material facade stays consistent throughout the orbit, no flickering, no geometry collapse. Now the exterior high-rise, and the camera movement is smooth and controlled. You get a full read of the tower and its urban context as it orbits. The city context stays coherent throughout, which is a key test here. The scale of the building comes across much more clearly in a motion than a single frame. Now, orbiting inside the interior is a completely different challenge. The camera is moving in a tight space, and all the materials are visible at the same time from multiple angles. Nice. The materials stay stable. The oak floor, the plastered wall, and the linen curtains, none of them break down as the camera moves. The morning light source stays consistent too, which is what gives it a calm residential feel throughout. Now we'll do the bedroom from the staging edits. The contrast between the 2 bedroom animations back to back is really effective. I really like seeing that atmosphere in motion. It feels like a hotel suite. Yep, the staging did a great job here. Now see all the animations together. What I take away from this is that Rendair AI is genuinely versatile. Most tools are built around one workflow, 3D model to render, and they do that reasonably well. But the ability to work from a section, an elevation, a sketch, a floor plan, and a landscape photograph all in one session, this is something different. It's not perfect. Fine detailing can be still soft, and animations, while usable, still have moments where geometry shifts slightly. But as a tool for early stages presentations, client conversations, and a quick design exploration, it covers more of an architectural workflow than anything else I've ever tested. So let's talk about the pricing. You can start with 23 credits to test it on your own projects. The paid plans are giving you the access to all the tools we've tested today. And if you want to get started, use my code Adrian10 at the checkout to get 10% off. If you found this useful, like the video. It genuinely helps more architects find this content. Subscribe. I release a new video on AI tools for architecture every week. And let me know in the comments which of these workflows would you actually use in your own practice. Also, I've tested VizMaker and MyArchitectAI in depth on this channel. If you want to compare how they handle animations and interior workflows, the videos are right here, go watch them next. So thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.